Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today we are going to do a makeup roundup for August. So I will be talking about all of the beauty products that I was using in the month of August, old and new. If that sounds good to you, keep on watching this video and let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm doing fantastic. It's actually Sunday. I've got the Ravens on and I just did this look. This is going to be an upcoming video with a dupe for the ABH Fall Romance palette. So a little sneak peek for that. I really love this look. And this lip balm is the Makeup by Mario Mocha Glow. I have Cosmic Coral Blush on from none other than Mama Pat. So let me know how you're doing in the chat or the comment section, whichever you prefer. And let's get this going. So I do have a basket here of all my goodies from, I'm about to say October, Lord. All my goodies from August. And I love doing this because it lets me know what I reached for, what I tried that was new, what I'm going back and trying out again. It's just really useful for me to do this so I can see what I use beyond the videos. It helps me for future purchasing, which I need to not do as much of. So that's the point of the makeup roundups. All right, I usually save the eyeshadow palettes for last because that's what I love talking about. But let's start with a bronzer, y'all. We're gonna talk about my Gucci #3 bronzer, and do y'all see that? Y'all see that pan right there? Still a lot of this left and still has a little bit of the Gucci smell, but it's nothing serious. I did purchase this one and #4 during VIB, but 3 is the one that I go for the most. 4 is more for the tan tones, but it's red. It has more of a red undertone, and I really do like that. But most of the time I go for a neutral bronze. You can barely see it, but it's definitely there. I just think this is the perfect bronzer for me. And I love that the size of the pan is getting bigger. For a while, I stopped wearing bronzer. So I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't a necessary part of my makeup routine. However, I did pull it out recently and was like, I really do like how it kind of makes my like jawline kind of suck in just a little bit, because I do have a bit of a chipmunk face, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do like wearing my bronzer from time to time, and I have been implementing this back into my daily makeup routine. Oh, hold on. I have an empty. I will talk about it in my empties video, but I just have to share it because I got to toot my own horn, because this would be in the video if it wasn't an empty. This is my Chanel #1 skin tint. I love this. It's with the camellia extract or whatever. Yes, 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 yes. This is gone. I have the shade B50 and I love this. I would definitely repurchase this one, but it's not going to be a repurchase right now because I have other complexion products to use. This was just perfect. It was very light, really medium to sheer type coverage. I just felt like it looked so good. And the match to my skin tone was perfect. So I love this. This was expensive. I can't remember how much, but it's gone. And I'm really proud of myself. I did pull out my Ambient Foundation, Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass. And I love this one too. That's actually what I'm wearing right now. This one though, I just feel like a little bit goes a long way. So for me, this foundation is medium to full coverage. It's a thicker foundation in my opinion. I'm going to keep on using it, but I'm just using it lightly. Also for complexion, I'm still using my Ben Nye Pretty Pink powder, translucent powder. And I love this because I just feel like it gives a natural flush for the under eye, which I really like. And I do use this one all over my face. Yeah, this one was on Amazon. I want to say it was 19 bucks. Definitely cheaper than the Patrick Star one size powder. I will say though, if you use too much of this, it is going to look cakey, but that's probably the case with any powder. So I do apply this one with a damp sponge, and I think it holds up really nice. I think it looks nice. I think it's blurring, but most importantly, I really like the color that it gives for the under eye, where it's just not brightening, is giving that flushed color. I would still be interested in trying the Patrick Star powder, but it's not really a necessity. I know a lot of people like the powder from Huda Beauty, the Cherry Blossom one. So let me know if you're into pink powder. Well, let me know if you're into pink powder. And if you are, let me know which pink powder you are enjoying right now. I'm going to continue to use this one, but eventually I would probably not mind trying another one. All right, we're going to go into some blushes. We have the RMS, one of the new ones. I got this one for $5.30. This is in Bohemian Girl. Oh, this one's like a pinky gold blush. It's really beautiful. And the RMS blushes are just, first of all, they come with a lot of product. I think the finish on the skin is really nice, especially if you have textured skin. I've seen content creators who have textured skin use these, and it does not accentuate the texture, which is not very common for a shimmery blush. That's why a lot of people that have textured skin don't want to use a shimmery blush, because it highlights the texture, and these RMS beauty blushes don't. I love it. It's like you can kind of press it in. So I don't know if this is baked. I don't know what it is, but I know I really like it. And I was happy with the $5 price tag, because I just pretty much paid shipping for that one. I also have the NARS blush in the shade Wanderlust. I actually think I use this month, but we're going to go ahead and just put it with August, because I'm sure I used it in August as well. I think that these types of blushes are really good if you have bare skin. I don't think I've used this on top of foundation at this point. I love how sheer it is, how dewy it is. And I love this purpley tint of the Wanderlust shade. Again, haven't tried it over foundation, so let me know what you think. This is one that I just pretty much apply with my fingers, just like this, or a really stiff brush. But I love this blush. I don't think I'm going to get any more, but I really like this one, and the shade is unique to my collection. Also for blush, we have Oh Honey from Iconic London. We could probably have So Cheeky here as well, because I use these Iconic London blushes, or what do you call these? Kiss by the Sun multi-use cheek glows. I use them all the time. I actually have quite a bit of pan on So Cheeky. And I have Playtime. I don't know where Playtime is, so I need to find that and start using that one again. But it is just really beautiful. I don't know. And a lot of times when I use these, I'm not wearing the bronzer, especially with the Oh Honey shade. I just don't think a bronzer is really needed, because even though it's almost like a highlighting blush, it does highlight that area where you would put the bronzer. So you may not need a bronzer with this if you're going to use it. So love that. And I think we have one more blush product, which is going to be the Stella palette from Adept Cosmetics. I always call this one House of L for your face. And I just think that these are beautiful. They're fiery, they're highlighty, and I love the texture. There's no like glitter sparkles, because I feel like even though the Ketracel white palette did not have glitter in it per se, when the cream part dried up, I feel like they were like glitter particles, but there are no glitters in there, if that makes sense. It might not. I just felt like the way it dried, it wasn't the look of these powders. I have two of these face palettes. I have Ayana, which is like a bronzing one, and I really like these. I think they did a great job with these face palettes. So I love that they did that. There are 4 of them, and they're 22 bucks, which I think is a really great price. Oh, we do have one more blush. Y'all, my Lo-Fi Duo Blusher from Kaleidos. Oh, this came with the Make Your Escape collection. I still use this. So you have the matte, and then you have the blush topper. So, you know, you can decide how you want it to go. This one is like a peach color. And then on top of that, you put this like iridescent pink shimmer. And it is so pretty with the shades together. I think the finish of the skin looks great. And I've had this for 3 years now, and I'm still going strong using it. So let me know. They had Lo-Fi Peach and I believe Lo-Fi Pink. I should have got both of them because I still am wearing this to this day. To this day. To this day. All right, now I think we are, oh, one more face palette actually. We have Luminous Light from Sydney Grace. And unfortunately, I did drop it and messed up. Oh, I messed up 2 shades actually. Wonderstruck can be saved. But I did drop it, so you can see here where this blush is a bit messed up. But most of it was saved. This one's really, really pigmented. I have to go super light-handed with this palette. I probably could have used the medium palette, and maybe for Black Friday, I'll try it out. Or maybe not, because this does work for me and I do really like it. It's really just this one that's a bit deep for me, and I have to be very, very light-handed so I don't look like a clown. Everything else is great. The quality is fantastic, but what else would you expect from Sydney Grace? We have a few lip products, and then we get to the fun part, the eyeshadow. Fix my light, because I've got some oldies but goodies here. And don't do it, because I already know what's going to happen. These are my KKW Beauty lip liners, and I still love them, and they're still great. This one is, I want to say Russet. Is it Russet? No. Classic Chem. Classic Chem. I'm trying to do my Kardashian voice. Classic Chem. And Russet. This is Russet. 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 Stop. All right. Love these. You know, Kim was very into the new lips. She did have like a peach range, a pink range. She had a nude range and all that, a red range. But I think Kim is mostly into nudes. Not that I'm following all of that, but I really liked these lip liners. And I liked her lipsticks until I really started getting into lipsticks and realizing that her lipsticks had a very commercial and chemical smell. And it was just too much. So I did declutter pretty much all of them because I just started to not like that smell. You know what I mean? Why can't they smell like vanilla or nothing? But it was like a crayon type smell. But I really loved the colors. I will say that. I think they're all gone though. I know her brand's coming back, but I don't know about all that for me. All right, what else do we have here? Pat. We have some Pat here. Wait. Oh, yeah. We've got some Pat here. Look at this, y'all. Look what I'm doing here, y'all. Is this called Pan? Is this Pan? It's Pan because you can see that it's being emptied. Now, this is Divine Rose. Well, what else would it be? It's Divine Rose. Lust Gloss. Love Pat McGrath lip glosses, and I love this shade. I'm finding out that I really love this type of shade. What is it, Mauve? Let me know. I feel like this would maybe be close to, well, no, I think Tracy from Sydney Grace is darker, but I won't find out because Jamie made everybody buy all of them. So wasn't able to get Tracy. I got this one though. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This one is Dreamscape. I also have Lavendering. Remember Pat McGrath had these mini sets that had like 3 glosses. This one was okay. This one is nice too. If you want a sparkly lip gloss, and it's like got all these shimmer reflex. This one right here, Peach Perversion though. I think that's what this one is. Of course it is. Peach Perversion. This one came out with the Divine Rose 2 collection, I believe. I love me some Peach Perversion right there. Yes. So I'm trying to use all my stuff. Remember one year Pat McGrath had a $12 lip gloss sale. So I got a bunch of these for $12 each. And I just need to go through them because I need to use them. Her glosses are really nice. They're probably one of my favorite glosses, and I don't wear lip gloss a lot, so that's saying something. These lip creams from Sydney Grace are very nice. This is the shade Maya. Again, I can't get Tracy because it keeps selling out. But this one is, this is a nice shade. This is very close to the Pat McGrath Divine Rose. So there's Maya right there. Love these as well. These are $12, I believe, regular price from Sydney. So, you know, I always thought about Sydney Grace for the eyeshadows, and they've got so much more, you know? Okay. My Candy Glaze from YSL Beauty. I am not sure which shade this is, and I hate that because I like to know what shade it is. I think this is Nude Pleasure, though. Love, like, it's so juicy. I love the juicy lips. So I love this one. It's so good. It smells like, I won't say pomegranate, but I really don't know what pomegranate smells like. So just take that with a grain of salt. And then last but not least, I've got my Natasha Denona My Dream lipstick in the shade Tasha. Here's my thing though, and I think I can say this with confidence. I really do like the Natasha Denona lip shades. That's Tasha right there. Or Natasha, not Tasha. I'm calling Natasha. You know I'm Tasha. That's how I call her. I feel like this one leaves the white line. And y'all know I can't do that white line. The white line really drives me nuts. White lines. I can't do it. So I'm going to have to test that out to see if it is, but I really think it does give me the white line. It's a damn shame too, because they're good lipsticks. So let's talk about what we all are here for, which are the eyeshadow palettes, because who cares about anything else? Let's start with more Sydney. Love's Journey. 5 looks I think I did with this palette. Oh my gosh. Perfection. You want to have something to wear every day? You got it. You want to have something for the nighttime, for the night? You got it. You want to have something to put with your indie singles that you don't use that deserve to be more than swatched? You've got it. I'm not sure if the back orders shipped out yet, but I don't think you'll be disappointed with this palette. I have the deep version and no regrets. Love it. Let's talk about Jewels and Gems. Why Jewels and Gems make me think of, remember that song by Nicki Minaj? Pills and Potions. I don't know. Jewels and Gems. Okay, no, it doesn't go. But, y'all, this, why are we doing this? This one, I don't know if you can see, but it has that fire. And it has the flames. Can you? I don't know if y'all can see it. I see it. Gorgeous. This is a great palette. A great palette. And I still have not used the Stone and Rock. But you best bet your pretty little head I'm going to be using the Stone and Rock palette. And it will be maybe 5 looks or 4 looks. I think I did 4 looks with this. And I'll talk about it in the September roundup. I really love this. And then this palette had the variety. It had so many different looks that you could do. And that's, sometimes we don't need that, but then sometimes we want that. So if you want that, this is great. You know, the Sydney Grace one, I like to use how it's laid out in the rows and columns, but then you can mix and match across columns. But there's gonna be a limit here. You know what I mean? The Odin's Eye is gonna give you a little bit more. Okay, so that's what I will say about that. Let's talk about Sydney Grace again. Let's talk about California Coast. And these shades are just very unique to me. What we call them shroom shades, the shroomy shades. I think this is really unique for my collection. I'm not going to say I don't have shades these colors, but I don't have a palette that has these shroomy shades. They're not brown, they're not mauve, they're not pink. They are just kind of in between. It's very earthy, and I used this to go see Beyonce, and I paired it with the Inspired palette by Adept Cosmetics. I mean, this is such a good palette, y'all. Like, Sumerian Sunset was supposed to be here yesterday, which was Saturday, but it will be here Monday. So hopefully when you see this video, I will have the Sumerian Sunset because I want to do 5 looks with that palette. But these are great. These are not the Minka shimmers. We have one that's a little toppery, which I'm not mad about because I'm okay with the 1 or 2 toppery shades. Everything else is smooth sailing. The choice of mattes are exquisite because sometimes with Adept, they don't always choose mattes that I like, but they're not making the palette for me, so I'm not mad. Now, what else did I use from Adept? I can't remember what I used this one with. But here we have our Seahorse palette. This was the first time that I put this on my eyes, because when I did do a video for this, it was more about just showing the swatches on a light and deep base. Still not convinced I needed this one in my collection. I needed an Inspire. Not mad at this one though. I'm really not. I'm just not sure if I really needed it in my collection, but this is going to be a companion palette. This is going to be a palette that's going to go beautifully with some of these matte palettes that I have. So I'm not that mad about it. I did get it for 20% off, but it was still expensive at 20% off. And it might have been a better option for me to go ahead and get that for Black Friday, but it's too late to apologize. All right, moving on a roll. Let's talk Gemini 2 from Mel Cosmetics. I did pull this out because it had been some time since I had used this palette. So, okay, wait, let me focus. I had changed out the shade Bella because I needed a shimmer there, so I did that. However, I had not looked at this palette in a while, and I'm looking at the shade Mateo. Let me let y'all look at it, and then you tell me what you think. Y'all see that right there? And that right there. Is that mold? I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me know if you think that's mold. I know a lot of people had an issue with mold, and then I have been checking mine because of it. So let me know if you think that's mold. I used it. It was fine. My issue with this palette was that a lot of these shades will come up the same on my skin, even though I like the mattes. And this palette just didn't have the level of variety that I thought it was going to have. And now it may have mold. So it's not going to have anything that I thought it was going to have. So let's move on. I'm going to put that to the side. That's sad. That's sad that all those palettes have mold. All right, let's talk about cosmic brushes. This was a gift from my friend Jamie, and I've only done one look with this palette so far. I did an Instagram collab with my friend Slice of Nia on Instagram, and it was like a blue gold type look, really beautiful. So you can see I didn't dip into a lot of shades, but I do plan on doing 4 to 5 looks with this for a video. But just from the first experience that I had, I'm really excited to do some more looks, and I'm glad I finally have my hands on this palette because I wasn't going to get it. So I'm really thankful that Jamie gave it to me. We also have Supreme News from Artist Couture. I love this palette. This is another one so beautiful for your indie singles. Shimmers are beautiful on their, shimmers are beautiful on their own. So they're just really, really nice. There's 4 shimmers. And this palette, I think I got this one at the beginning of 2022. I got it really late in the game. Thank you to Kinky Sweat, Alicia Archer. She was just doing like a, revisiting it. And I was like, this is really a nice palette. This is definitely a go-to palette for me that I like to pair with indie singles. I think I said that a lot already. So I was glad to pull that one out. I also have here my Natasha Denona Retro palette, which I used the mattes from this palette with some indie singles for the first day of school. I am using this shade for a BYOP, but yeah, I just wanted to see how I still felt about retro. I still think it is a really nice palette. I really like, Natasha Denona, she does take some chances with her color stories, some chances. So I'm not mad. Like if a palette doesn't really tickle my fancy, I'm not like, she didn't make it deep or she didn't make it this. She has a lot of different color stories out that I feel work for a wide range of skin tones. So I really do like that about her brand. And then finally, speaking of Tosh, we've got the I need a nude palette. I am using 2 shades in a BYOP. I could have skipped this one. I'm not gonna not keep it. I got it from her website. I'm gonna keep this because some of these shades, as you see, come in handy for my BYOP videos. And I do like the peachiness of this palette. But you know what? This palette could have been all matte as far as I'm concerned, because the shimmers in this palette are just not where it's at for me. Especially the wet effect ones. I'm just like, girl, okay. But they're not bad shimmers. I just have better shimmers, you know? Muse, I am using that in my Natasha Denona dupe, or my ABH dupe. I'm using Silhouette in my ABH dupe. Muse, I think, is the best shimmer. Silhouette is the deepest matte, and it's a really nice one. So I'm using that. But other than that, I mean, the quality was Natasha Denona matte quality. I thought it was really nice. The shimmers were just okay. So, you know, it's nothing that I'm going to be like really hyped up to have. So that's going to be it for the August roundup. I'd love to know what you've been using lately. Have you been shopping your stash? Have you been just on a low buy or a no buy? Are you tempted by all these new releases coming up? It's really hard. And that's why I really am trying to shop my stash and do palettes so that I can have money for the things that I know I'm really going to want to get. And then I can just pass on the things that are not as important, or that I can wait until, I mean, I can wait till Black Friday for all of it, but I'm really just trying to choose. I'm going to get a few new things, and I'm going to try to choose those purchases wisely. So again, let me know your thoughts on this and what you have been using this month for September, or you can tell me about August. It might be hard to look back now because, you know, I keep all this stuff out until I film the video. Now I can actually put it away. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.